Namaste and greetings, my beautiful souls, my beautiful queens. In this video, I will show you an extremely simple and yet extremely informative spread, which is called The Whole Truth of It. What it is, whatever relationship you have, you know this man for a week, you know this man for a month, you know this man for a year, whatever is going on in between you, the simple 7 card spread you can repeat with your own deck will show you all the aspect of it. Card number 1, their goals and intentions he talks about openly and shows you. Second, his true goals and intentions. Third, the feelings he openly shows. Fourth, his true feelings, what's really going on. Fifth, what he will do openly. Sixth, what he will do behind your back. And the outcome of the whole situation. The outcome, you need to give the time frame. Please, you need to do it yourself, not me. You need to say, okay, let it be within 1 month, within 2 months, within 6 months. You have to determine the outcome. So this is the spread I'm going to show you now. Asking the spirits of fire, earth, air, and water, the guides, the keepers, the guardians, to give us the answers to our questions. To my forehead, to my mouth, to my heart. All right. The intentions he shows openly. His true intentions. The feelings he shows openly. His true feelings. How he's going to be acting openly, what he's gonna do behind your back, and my dog is barking. The outcome in a period of time you are giving to this relationship. And now we will open the cards. Four of Pentacles, the intentions he openly shows and intentions which are true. Feelings he openly shows, true feelings. Oh boy. What he will be openly doing, what he will be doing behind your back. We will look at the outcome later. So now we need to look at this 3 and this 3. These spreads are always very easy to repeat and they are very informative. So he openly already not very showing much. We see here the Four of Pentacles. We know that Four of Pentacles can be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but he openly shows already that he is greedy, greedy with emotions and greedy with feelings. Like he already shows you that there are no much perspectives in building beautiful life with him. And you after you read these 2 cards, you put them together. I will show you. So unfortunately, he is so-called a person who is very narrow-minded, and he paranoid. I'm gonna go in and talk to my dog for a second. So yes, he already shows not much of actions. He already shows not much of being interested in building relationship. He already shows that he is not capable of sharing. This is the person with very blocked heart chakra. His heart is, it's not the cold-hearted beast, of let's say 7 of Swords, but still his heart is closed for anything. But at the same time, you see, they act very strange with in relationships. So they show jealousy. They show that they don't like to see you with someone else, but at the same time, they're not willing to absolutely do anything. But this type of man who rarely gets and builds any relationship because they are paranoid for sharing something. They are They are unfortunately not good for building any relationship. He likes the things his way. He likes his chair here, his cup here, something like this and this and this. And also, if he's a rich man, because this could be the case, he could be a rich man, then we would be having someone who is paranoidally afraid that you will take his money or he will have to pay for you. It's just and he doesn't hide it, because these are the openly his intentions are just, I will stay where I am, and I will keep myself where I am. And being honest with you, he's pretty indifferent. They are indifferent, and they are not emotional, and they just control is their biggest thing, and they're egocentric, that everything is for me, everything is mine, everything in the name of me, so on and so on, so on. So he already shows his intentions openly. Now, his true intentions, we see, you see how interestingly these two cards are coming together, because we see here that one just strengthens the other. So his hidden intentions are pretty much as the same intentions as his position of non-hidden, because he is pretty well, at least we don't see here we see here someone open, someone who is not hiding his intentions here. So he's the king of swords, so it could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. He's a king of swords, and he wants to stay a king of swords. And I already told you, when you do the spread, please look at all cards together. First, you look at them separately. By you look at this like two, and two, and then you look at all of them together. Now, the feelings which he openly shows you are, this is very interesting dilemma we have here. We have here the Ace of Cups. Even though he openly shows that his intentions are not including a committed relationship, or his intentions are not to be moving and throwing himself to your feet, or his intentions are not sharing his life, his hand, his heart with you. But at the same time, from time to time, he can show you his feelings as he is in love. He can show pretty warm feelings, and it can be very confusing, because Ace of Cups is the card of true love. But if we see his hidden what are his hidden agenda, we see here the now you can think that it makes no sense, right? Like, wait a second, why there is a Four of Pentacles here, and where this comes from. But now connect the cards. We see the feelings he openly shows as Ace of Cups, and you might be like, when, how do I read this? And at the same time, in his hidden intentions, we see the King of Swords, King of Wands, which is hot and passionate. And now in the open feelings which he demonstrates to you, this is an explanation, because he hides his passion. But unfortunately, even though this man is passionate, still this man is possessed by a thing called greed, not wanting to share neither his life, nor his possessions, nor his soul, nor his feelings, nothing like this. But at the same time, he is towards you. He feels that passion, and he would love to have you as someone he can have passionate sex with from time to time, without building serious relationship. So he does show you that openly showed feelings that he's in love, and he might be even talking about you as sometimes even like showing you or telling you that you are like the woman of his dreams, and if only there were no circumstances, and then he could try some excuses about life or political situation or something else, because he can show you that, he openly show you that he has pulled towards you, and his head is swinging, and he feels so happy, and he tells you, I've never felt so good with anyone. I need to drink something. So on and so on. But the next card, what we see, the true feelings he has. And in his true feelings, we see the Seven of Wands. What does it mean? What does it mean when we look at the cards we already looked at? We see Four of Pentacles, King of Wands, Ace of Cups, and we see the Seven of Wands. So his true feelings are such that he would not want you to walk away out of his life. And here we are having two cards which are similar, but unfortunately it doesn't show his deep emotional involvement with you. You see, he wants to keep you in his life for spice, for fire, for inspiration, for entertainment, so on and so on. But at the same time, he does not want to be emotionally involved and to have it as serious committed relationship, because now we have those two cards working together. You see that the next step for him to make a serious step into the committed relationship based on giving, because the problem is that this man is not giving. Even if he is having passionate love making with you, he still is not giving, because the very first card we see him here, he is not giving, he is a taker. But at the same time, he does not want you to be gone from his life, because you are a really bright and beautiful woman. And so when he sees you smiling to someone else, or he sees you flirting with someone else, or he sees you, wanting to walk away out of this just because you are tired of this is not going anywhere, he doesn't like it. He feels jealous, and he feels he's selfish, he's egocentric. We see it everywhere here. We see it right here, and right here. So of course he wants you to be only for himself, but at the same time, none of these three cards are compromising. You see, in order to build relationship, like you definitely want relationship based on giving and receiving, based off mutual respect, mutual love, mutual care. But the problem is we see egocentrism here, and we see that this man, he wants to take, and he wants to keep you. And when you dare to walk away or say that it's not the kind of relationship I'm interested in, he simply becomes angry. he doesn't want to let you go. And we will see further there even worse cards when there is a serious, when there is even some threat here. So what we have the next cards. The next two cards we have is how he will act openly and how he will act behind your back. And now this we need to see clearly, because we have so many wands. This could be a fire king. The thing is that it could be the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Why? Because we already have a king. We have the card of the king here. So this is the figure of the king. So it can be the king of wands, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But we have pentacles here, but we have the most of wands. So how he will openly act, pretty much the same as he will act not openly. But what you need to be careful is that this man is not someone who shows you one thing. He knows that he has to show you love. This is what he openly shows. This is what is really there. That he has to show you this in order to have you in his life at all. But we are having here the Six of Wands, which is unfortunately being in negative meaning here. Why? Because next to it we have the light is always a huge problem. Next to it we have Five of Swords. Of course you already know Five of Swords, and it's a very dangerous card. And this is what he's going to be doing behind your back, and this is what he's going to be doing openly. And pretty much they're the same. And here all of them come together. You see how when you do the spread, pretty much each card gives you additional information. This is how you can do it yourself. Five of Swords is the man who just on the battlefield killed 5 people, and he has their swords, he's holding them in his arms. And that means that you are playing with the fire. He's not, this is what he has, his actions behind your back. So he's not playing fairly. Unfortunately, right next to it, what he shows you openly is a card of victory. And this is the card of victory at any cost, no matter what, victory at any cost. So you definitely are a strong personality and not someone who is gonna put yourself down on the floor and telling this man, I am your very comfortable, very soft carpet, and you are free to walk all over me. Just go ahead and do it. You're definitely not that. So unfortunately, this is a victory, and this is the victory at any cost. And it means that he will not stop at anything to keep you, even if he has to use dishonest, dishonorable methods. For example, he sees you with someone, he might do something to make this person out of your life. Or he can use threats, or he can use even aggressive behavior, or he can use jealousy, or he can use manipulation, which called no, he will not use guilt trap, no, but he will use threats, and he can use blame, because he stands on keeping his way. Again, what he wants, all the cards show us very clearly. This man, he wants you to stay in his life how he wants. So more and more it's a battlefield. How he wants it, it's clear. He wants to have you for himself, like if you were a slave, if you were a something what belongs to him, because this is how the Four of Pentacles behaves. He wants you to be there for him whenever he wants you or needs you. For example, you have no right to have your life, your interests. You have to have him on pedestal, and you need to create, you need to live, you need to breathe, you need to do anything like in that song. Anything I do, everything I do it for you. This is how he wants it to be, but not 24 hours a day, not you to have you in his house sharing his life. No, he wants to keep his house, his life, his control, his everything, but you just have to be this addition to his life. But he wants you to be there when he wants it, and you not to be there when he wants it not, and you to do what he says. And if you try to get away from this, because you say like, excuse me, what the heck, I do not want to deal with that, he will he can be aggressive, and he can do things behind your back in order to keep you. For example, you try to walk away, he can talk to your friends, tell them that how can she do this to me, I love her so much. Or he can talk to your even parents and things like this, like this. So he wants things to be his way and his way only, and unfortunately he considers this right. And unfortunately, even betrayal, even talking behind your back, even influencing negative your reputation, he is ready to do anything behind your back to keep you for himself. This is, of course, has very little to do with this. Being honest with you, doesn't have much to do with this. So it's like a man who wants you to be his slave, his possession. It's unfortunately very unhealthy. Of course, if you have a deck, you just take a deck and do it yourself with your deck and read it yourself. Now the outcome, and the outcome, I have made 3 videos about the moon already. I have already said so much about the moon, and the outcome here is the moon. The problem is the moon is here for both of you, not only his, but mostly it's his behavior, because we are looking into him. The thing is that everything I just told you, what comes to you, that what you need to be careful about. Of course, you already know that the moon is the card of deceit, and a card of lie, and a card of hidden motives. We already know his hidden motives, things he keeps to himself. Moon tells you you are dealing with not a sincere man, even though we have here, he openly, pretty much openly shows in his behavior how he wants it, but at the same time, still from time to time, he shows you this in order to keep you in his life. So he has hidden motives, we have insincerity, and you have the unfortunately the risk of being disappointed. he is playing his game. He wants you in his life, but when you ask, listen, where is it going, uh, there are lame excuses, which are really lame, which are really ridiculous sometimes. So he doesn't have deep feelings towards you, deep emotions towards you. He doesn't have intentions to make you happy, to see you smile, to make you happy, a woman in committed relationship based on love and respect, unfortunately. But he wants to keep you in his life for what I have already explained you for what. But also, for some of you, it can be a married man. For some of you, of course, for not all of you, but for some of you, it can be a married man who wants to keep you in his life as his lover. He has zero intention to leave his marriage. He will never leave, but he wants you to be there as well, and he will give you all these lies and all these excuses. But if you try to leave, he might even threat you, not threat you, no, it's in hidden. He might even do something behind your back, so you will stay in this three-party relationship. This is just a version, because I already told you that it can be different ways for many of you. But unfortunately, yes, this is outcome. Yes, this is gonna continue being this way, and it's when you not sure what to do. The problem is the moon is illusion, and you might be in illusion that your love can soften his heart, your love can change him, you know what, like all those unfortunate things in which you can be fooling yourself and hoping for the things which are not, you know, people don't change, are things are gonna, you know, change. He suddenly is gonna become kind, loving, generous, so on and so on. So please make sure, because for you, a moon always brings the karmic situations. Very often it's connected with karma, but it also the card in which you are being faced with yourself. So this connection with this man is like all this emotional up and down. You know, you don't know what to do. It's unstable, it's here and there. You know that you're not in a good hands. You know that these are not a good relationship. So unfortunately, also the moon is the card of codependencies, all kinds of dependencies, neurotic dependencies, adrenaline dependencies, so on and so on. Or also he can go silent, which is not surprisingly, he can go silent, and he can use silence as also method of manipulation, so you get scared to lose him, and you do what he tells you. So you understand that there are hidden motives. You understand that he is not sincere and open. You understand that this is no good for you, that it only brings you all kinds of negative things. But at the same time, the problem is the moon comes every single night, and this can last for a very long time. Also, of course, this is the card of addiction, an obsession, and it can be rather possible to fall for the shadowy, because we are dealing here with a shadowy king of wands. But at the same time, unfortunately, the moon um, the moon is always negative. The hopes, the dreams, the desires in the moon unfortunately don't come true. So it's an outcome of the spread in the period of time in which you've been asking. It's going to be, I think this whole situation is showing pretty much the moon. He has a certain obsession with you, You have probably obsession with him, but unfortunately you already saw yourself that this obsession will not bring you nothing but unfortunately broken heart, disappointment, lost time, hopes which collapse, dreams which collapse, heart which is getting broken. Plus there is a person who wants to have you like be a slave in harem. You do what I say, breathe and live for me. uh, so this is uh, the spread which you can do yourself with your deck, uh, just like that, and see for yourself where you are standing. For this spread, this is it so far. I hope it was helpful. If it rings the bell, please pay attention. If you are dealing with wonderful and great and amazing men, then it means this spread was for someone else. And of course, I hope you have learned this very valuable spread. Thank you very much. Namaste.